Today I am joined by the always wonderful Coach Lewis, coach of the U of D Cub Football team. And Coach Lewis, thank you for joining the Cub Sportcast YouTube channel today. We're very happy to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
So yeah, let's just get right into it. So just about the team right now, after 3 weeks, what do you think this team has accomplished?
Well, we're 1-2 right now, and I think the biggest thing with this team is the culture that these guys have established. You know, after a couple tough losses, it'd be easy for things to kind of go sideways, not have a great week of practice, but it's been the opposite. You know, these guys have done everything the coaches have asked of them, and I think they're prepared to have a great performance on Friday night.
Yeah, I have, building on that culture, who do you think the biggest student leaders have been in the games and practice in the locker room? If you had to name a few guys on the team, who would you say have really stepped up and led this team to the culture we have today?
Yeah, I'd say it's our seniors, you know, our senior class as a whole. You know, I think we have 5 captains, Jason Brown, Ian Conal, Caleb Knuth, Jack Boris, and Tyler Sankowitz. Those guys are all our captains. And they're definitely leaders, but it's the senior class as a whole. You know, they've been leading by example. They've been leading with the things that they've been doing on and off the field, and we're excited about, you know, the culture that they've established. And as we go forward through the season here, you know, getting better and hopefully getting some wins under our belt.
Sounds good. So, do you think there's anything different about this Cub football team as compared to Cub football teams of old?
I do. I think there's definitely a feeling. I think anybody you talk to that's been around, certainly last year, I think the feel is a lot better. It's a lot more positive. It's been enjoyable. I know I've had a lot of fun coaching these guys. They haven't wavered. You know, even in difficult times, they haven't wavered. And because of that, you know, I truly believe great things are on the horizon for this team.
So on that, what do you think is the strongest point of this team? Would you say it's the culture, or would you say there's a certain group or a class or a standout?
Yeah, I'd say it's the culture that's been established by the seniors, you know, and then some of the younger guys. You know, we have a lot of sophomores playing for us. They bought in. You know, they bought into that culture. The juniors have bought into that culture that's important to the seniors. You know, I think our seniors, you know, last year was tough on a lot of us, and I think our seniors saw that, and they didn't want it to be like that again. You know, and I think they've really taken the bull by the horns and made sure that this year is different in a much more positive way.
So building on this great culture, what is your mindset or the team's mindset towards your Catholic League rivals this season? Obviously, we play in the Catholic League Division II, but just the Catholic League as a whole, what's your mindset going forward to attacking them?
Just win, baby.
Just win.
You know, that's our win. No, absolutely. I mean, you know, we have different goals as a program every year, but you know, in the Catholic League, man, we're going to win championships. You know, we want to win the Catholic League championship. We want to win our division, and hopefully be in the Prep Bowl and then the state playoffs. But as we look at our Catholic League opponents, you know, it's about competing and winning. You know, going to beat some of those best teams. As you know, Catholic League, best league in the state. You know, being able to compete with the best and beat the best.
Compete and beat the best. I like that. Obviously, the team is not perfect. What's one thing you'd like this team to improve on?
I think, you know, improvement-wise, we got to get better across the board. You know, and that's from me, from the coaches, to our players. Just every day, holding ourselves to a higher standard. You know, I tell our guys all the time, like, if you're here to be good, you're at the wrong place. You know, we want our guys to be great. And that's not just our players, that's our coaches, that's our trainers, that's our managers. I mean, it's a full program culture thing where we've got to raise our level a little bit. You know, raise our expectations, raise our level day in and day out in practice. You know, so if there's one thing that I could say we can do a little better, or something that we want to do, and this is something we talk about all the time with our guys, is raising their level. You know, giving a little more. We have a little bit more to give, and if we give a little bit more, that's going to show up on Friday nights.
I expect it to. So on a little more just what's something that's more difficult about coaching than people can understand? Obviously, everybody's the best head coach of all time, sitting on the couch. But what's something that's more difficult than people realize?
Yeah, I think it's, for me, the biggest thing becoming a head coach was, I love football. I love coaching football. But as a head coach, you have to manage people, right? You have to manage the players, obviously, in school, on the football field. You have to manage the coaches, making sure they're all on the same page. School administration, parents, it's managing all of those things. So, if you're a position coach or an assistant coach, you can focus on football. You can focus on just football. But as a head coach, it's a lot bigger than that. It's the community. It's making sure that all parts are humming together. And that's something that when I was a first-year head coach, maybe I wasn't necessarily ready for. But as we've worked through things, and now I'm in my 5th year, I feel like we're in a lot better place, being able to manage all those different things.
So obviously, like you said, you've been here for 5 years. What's it like seeing players you've coached all the way through go on to play at the next level, go on to play college?
Incredible. I just got a text last night from Sean Smith, who graduated last year, who is going to be on the Michigan State football team, going forward. And I just look at every week I go back and look at our guys who are playing in college right now, and it just brings so much joy to me to see the success those guys are having. And when I text them or they call, just to see the positive things that they say about us and our program. A lot of those guys came back. We had several guys come back this offseason to talk to our guys, at workouts and things like that. And it was just, to me, it's a sign that this is a true brotherhood. We talk about being a football family, but once you're part of our family, you're in our family. And when those guys come back and seeing the success that they're having at the next level is always special.
That's obviously very, like you said, the family, the brotherhood. Do you think being at a Jesuit school changes anything about the mindset towards football or the mindset towards athletics? Do you think that changes anything, or do you think it's no different than any other Catholic or even public school?
Yeah, I think it's important. It's part of the fabric of institution, and all boys institutions in general, I think, are kind of like that, where athletics is part of the fabric. Maybe here at U of D, it hasn't, athletics hasn't always been maybe as high profile as some of our rival schools. But I'm hopeful that we can continue to do things and get the support that we need here to elevate, to elevate our level. Like I talked about earlier, being able to compete for championships with the best week in and week out.
Well, that's all I have for you today, Coach Lewis. Thank you very much for your time.
Awesome.
It's lovely to have you here, and we hope to have you back. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Aidan. Go Cubs.
Go Cubs.